All right, everybody, what's going on? Happy Friday. The Ragni Show. We are live coming to you from snowy Nashville and also snowy New York. Everybody's snowed in. so I got to welcome back the one and only Kelly Monrow Dowd. What's up, Kelly? How
Hi,
you been?
hi. How are you? Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. It's kind of scary. I went back and I was like, oh my God, it's been 3 months already.
It's nuts. It's nuts. You were you were kind of like one of the first waves of podcasts I went on. So, you're an OG. I'm
How about
grateful.
that?
I'm
How
grateful.
about that? Now, that was the big thing. Like I was saying to myself, like once the EP came out and I was seeing you're pumping out all these singles, I was saying to myself, I got to have Kelly back on because there's so much more now to talk about. But how do we spin it? And that's exactly how I wanted to spin it. Was in 3 months' time, how much has everything changed for you?
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like it's such a mind trip because I've been, I've been doing this for like a year and change now, right? And so I'm already embodying being this new artist, and I'm already embodying um, the work and the songs that I've done. I mean, I've heard all these songs hundreds of times before you put them out. Um, so it's interesting because the lag time of like creating and then kind of waiting for the public to like catch up is really trippy. And so, these songs that I just put out on the Pronoia EP, it's like those are the very first songs I ever did before Mama Said even. So
Oh, okay.
it's interesting because I'm like, oh well, that was like 2 years ago, but it's also part of my process, and it's weird to try to wait for people to catch up and get to know me as an artist, and because I'm already like 2 years ahead now, like I've got like 6 singles I'm working on right now that we just finished the final vocals on, and so it's just it's a mind trip. It's weird.
So now it's like you're in this whole music machine now.
Yeah, I think
Now,
so. I think so. It's happening. Yeah, I'm staying highly engaged in TV and film as well as an actor. So, um, and I think this is the year, and this kind of goes for everyone, but I really want to normalize like not being in one thing or in one category. Like I'm doing a little bit of everything. I'm even helping with interior decorating for some of my friends' places, and I'm co-writing a script right now with a girlfriend of mine, and the music stuff is coming along, and still dabbling in film. And so yeah, I think when I think about myself, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm doing that, cool, like we're doing this too. And it's just people are like, oh, you're a singer, and I'm like, I sing and I act and I create and I write and I do all of it. And so I think that's kind of one thing I'm really passionate about now is just like do what makes you happy and do all of it. Do whatever works.
I think like the term for people like yourself that do dabble and all that, for many years was probably just like an entertainer. But now I guess with the world of the internet and stuff, it's in social media. Now you're a content creator.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm an old soul, but I'm like trying to take it all the way back to like you have one chair on a stage. What are you doing? It's like if I had to put on a one woman show and do a one act play and sing and tap dance and do whatever I needed to do. It's like I'm trying to take it back to the early days where I feel like a true triple threat is like you got to really put your money where your mouth is. And so it's been really fun because I'm hopefully over time as things start to evolve. Again, I've got a couple films in post, things are happening. People will go, oh, that's the same chick and she's doing that and that. And that feels very authentic to my process for sure. So
So with this one woman show that will, I think you just put the bug in your head. Will there be stand up comedy involved too? I mean, you might as well just keep adding to the roster.
It's really funny you say that. I got COVID like a month and a half ago or whenever it was. And I kind of had this like awakening. It was weird.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I know, another awakening. You know, I've got one every other week, but it was really cool. I was super sick. There were a couple nights that I was struggling, and of course, the rest of the time it was pretty benign symptoms, nothing crazy. But I kept laughing. I kept writing things that I haven't really had the time to think about in a really long time. Like stupid stuff, you know, like how uncomfortable I feel when an owner is walking his dog off leash, and then when I'm ordering food at a restaurant when the waiter doesn't write down my entire order but memorizes it. It just makes me feel uncomfortable, right? These like stupid thoughts that we all think about, but we never really put pen to paper on. And I just started writing out all this stuff, and I was like, oh my God, I kind of forgot that I like used to be really funny. And so it's funny you say that, because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do more of that too.
You know, it's funny you say that because it was like a week ago. We were at a restaurant, and just that same situation was happening where not writing it down, just remembering, and you throw like 8 things at him. And I even like, this is the first time I even said it. I said, "Are you sure you got that?"
I can't, but what? But why though? It makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I'm like, now I need a martini because you're stressing me out. Like
yeah,
like, why not just at least pretend to write it down? Because
right.
it's the worst.
It really. You feel like you're adding pressure to this person, and they're
Yes.
just like, "Yeah, I got it." I don't get it. That's why I can never do that job.
It also reminds me, I agree with you. It reminds me also when like you walk into someone's home or someone walks into your home and they're like, do you want me to take my shoes off? And you're like,
Right.
oh, it's okay, because you're trying to be polite, but then they keep their shoes on. It's like that same cringe feeling where you're just like, take your shoes off. I don't want to have to ask you. It's awkward.
Oh, that's so funny.
Anyway, so yes, a little bit of everything I would like. Would be
That's
cool.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, how about now? Like, talking about these last 3 months, where now you've been doing, like you said, like you're doing these podcasts now. You're doing interviews, and in the past you would be doing promo for, whether it's a film or a
Yep.
TV show, etc. How does it different compare to now where you're promoting your music?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool because like there's no you show up for yourself, you know?
Right.
Like before it's a collective energy of a project, and it's like you get to be chummy with somebody. Oh, he was great, or they were, But this is like, hey guys, just putting my heart out there for everyone to listen to, and complete vulnerability and exposing myself in every way possible. So like, go check it out. It's like it's just raw, You're like, okay, and I'm. It's also fun now because I'm like, not everyone's gonna love my music, and I don't need everyone to. But the ones that do, it's really fun. I'm grateful.
That which I got to say, like, as I'm going through, and for you and for any interview I'm getting ready to do, especially when it's music, I just gotta like close everything up and just listen to the music and get into it and work on the interview. And so that's what I was doing, getting ready for you naturally. And it just you get to know or see like this now personal side to this, especially a musical artist compared to when you're acting and playing a role with somebody else. It's totally different. So is it now a little more scarier for you because you've kind of pulled that curtain back a little bit?
I think the very first time is super scary. So like the first song you put out, the first interview, the first time you sing live, the first whatever it is. After that, I feel like there's actually this I actually ended up getting a tattoo of it, but it's Proverbs 18:16, and I'm not like I don't like read the Bible every day. I would love to, but I don't. But I just love this old scribe, and it means or it says a man's the gift in a man's heart will always make room for them and bring them before great men,
Wow.
great women, great people. And I really love that because I feel like at least for my process, like this was like eating away at me, and it was causing me like depression and anxiety to not do it.
Hmm.
And like looking back on it in hindsight, like that's the feeling it created for me to not express myself this way. So it's kind of like throwing up. It's like once you do it, you're like, oh, I feel so much better. And like once you get that first appearance over with, the performance, the song, now it's like, oh, okay. Like I'm excited to share myself because I got over the hump of sharing myself,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And it kind of puts me in this place where I'm like, well, God, now I'm just like a erupting volcano of just energy of everything I want to share, you know? But I think that was when that's repressed, I think it creates a lot of fear and anxiety and depression and being scared and clenching and staying small. And now it's just like, like again, the end result doesn't matter so much. It's just the fact that I'm giving myself the breathing room to express is
Right.
like, I've already won, you know, that's
Do
it.
you think it's been almost as you're writing these songs, uh, almost comparable to like writing like an autobiography where you're diving deep inside yourself and you're letting these things out that you might not have, and you're kind of like shedding a skin, so to say, and it's
Totally.
almost like a therapy session.
It is. It is. And I think the really cool part is you create it, you get it out. And I also believe with art, like we never really know, even if it's not about me, it was put in my heart for a reason. And so maybe it's for
Right.
someone else and it's none of my business really once I put it out. But what's really cool is like as even Pronoia came out, right? Like a month ago or not even a month ago, and people are starting to listen and understand me and catch up. It's like that was 2 years ago for me or a year and a half ago. And the songs that I'm now have written this past half a year, she's a whole different version of who the Pronoia Kelly was. And so it's
Right.
really cool because I get to hear these lyrics, and although I can still deeply resonate with them, I'm like, good for her. Like we got there and we got past it and we've evolved, and like that feels really good. And like I'm gonna honor her and honor where she was at, but like there's definitely progress in it. So it is like an autobiography of your life. It's pretty cool that way.
So it kind of sounds like too, you are seeing like a double growth. You're seeing a growth in yourself, but also in your songwriting now.
Totally.
Is
Totally.
it
Because
scary?
now it's
Is it
kind of the
scary?
second, it's like the second layer now, right? So it's like for example, like on the EP, it's like I don't know what to do if I know what to do if you leave, but not if you stay, right? So that's a song about like abandonment, like vulnerability, like opening up, like holding on to a love that is fragile that you really don't know about. And then these next songs that I've written are like a whole different layer of, you know, empowerment in the like being fragile within a relationship. And it's like you'll hear how much deeper the lyrics get, and you're just like,
Right.
whoa, like it's definitely a stepping stone. Yeah, it's really cool.
Has there been anything that maybe you've even like thought twice about, like, nah, maybe I'm going a little too deep here?
No, no. I will say quite the opposite. Like I'm down to go all the way deep, but I find myself when I allow myself to go to that place, I want to pull all the way out of it and like do something really fun and light and easy. And so for me, it's like really easy to go deep, and it's like more fun now to be like, what's just a really light message? We were laughing. I was writing with my producer, Sinclair, which you guys should all check her out if you haven't. I go by Sinclair as her hashtag on Instagram. She's a badass. But like we were talking about how, we're so sappy. She's a Gemini and I'm a Cancer, and we're just sitting there like vibing out in our feels all the time, getting emotional, talking about the good old time, whatever it was. And we were laughing because we're like, it is so easy to write a sad song. And it is like so hard to write a feel good up song, And so our goal this year is to really create some like just high vibe, really empowering songs. But it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder than writing the sad ones.
It's funny. Like as soon as you said that, I was thinking to myself, "Oh my God, yeah!" Because how many great songs have been written from sadness or heartbreak or something? It's not many. There is some good ones out there that are about happy things, but more sad things.
More sad, and you'll notice the bangers of like the greats of all times that are up songs. It's like the one up song they did on that album, or it's like
Right.
the one up song they did in like they did 2 in their whole career and they both blew up, you know? Because I feel like people, especially right now in this day and age, it's like we want compassion, we want joy, we want laughter, we want light. We want to put on a song and get that high vibration going where we step out on the street and we like have a little pep in our step, you know? So this next kind of phase of songs, there's 2 or 3 in there that are really feel good up songs, which I think everyone will like.
Well, your first single was just that. You were out in the street and feeling good. Mama said. Now it's 3 months later. It's got over 400,000 streams. It's got what, over 100,000 views on YouTube.
It's amazing.
It's amazing, and that's you, but it's you.
Yeah.
So it's a totally different thing now. It's not a cast. It's you.
Yeah, it feels really good. I keep looking at it and I'll like glance at it every few days and I'm like, wow. And I really believe in indications. Like I always look for indicators in life, like a message, that you're on the right track. It's kind of like a whisper from the universe, like keep going. And it's because it's not about the numbers, but it is interesting because I'll get messages like, hey, I just listened to this song and it really touched my heart this morning. Or, hey, my mom is my best friend and we've been jamming out to Mama Said. And it's like, that's why we do this, right? It's like, oh, it makes me feel so good. And those are like my little indicators just to keep going, because that's what all of this is about. It's not about numbers or streams or, all that's, I would say, a quick fix. It's joyful in a quick fix way. Sure. And I am grateful for that. But yeah, those messages is like, which now I understand when people say like, without my fans, I wouldn't be here. But it's like when you're on a stage and these people drive from wherever their hometown is to see you, it's like the most overwhelming feeling of love, because it's just like we can all relate, to the message. And it's that's exactly why I want to keep going, for that very reason.
It's funny. I was even going to ask you that. Like, have you started getting those messages like that?
Yeah, I have.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I got a message not too long ago. I can't remember if I shared this with you the first time, but it was ironically on Mama Said. And one girl was having a really tough time and she was considering not being here anymore and kind of planting seeds. I guess she had, severe depression, or has severe depression. And she just wrote me this really simple message. And she said, today was the day I didn't think that I could get up, and like Mama Said got me out of bed.
Wow.
And I was just like, I'm not crying, you're crying. Like, but it's, if I can impact one person, I'm winning in a big way. And
absolutely,
that's why I'm going to keep doing this. Cause just, I don't know. It's for myself and it's maybe for someone else,
Right. Now the title of the EP, Pronoia. First off, I never even heard of the word before.
I don't think anyone had.
So like, I'm like, what the hell does this mean? And then I look it up, and it's the opposite of paranoia.
Yeah.
Like, how did you think of this?
Well, one of my girlfriends, Anna, like 2 years ago, she said something like, we're always talking about energy and the universe, and I'm a big believer in like positivity. And she was like, you're just like the essence of Pronoia. And I was like, excuse me, what did you just say? And she was like, Pronoia. And I was like, the minute she said it, I got chills all over my body. And it's just been a word that has just completely resonated with me. In fact, I got it tattooed right here on my arm.
Nice.
And it's just the belief that the universe is always conspiring in our favor. And that what if everything is so perfectly orchestrated for us to get to where we need to go? If we have that mindset every day, then we're really just going with the flow of life, right? And it just gives me great peace. That word gives me great peace. And knowing that, yeah, you're going to mess up. We're going to make mistakes. You're going to have bad days. We're going to cry. We're going to feel lonely. We're going to feel angry. But it's like, what if all of that is purposeful and it's all for something to get us where we need to be going? And anyway, she introduced me to that word and I just fell in love with it. I was like, okay, that's it. That's my next EP. And those 3 songs were the first songs I ever wrote. And all three of them are that was a phase of my life. Again, this is about a year and a half ago, where I was really stepping into my power. And, either way is about, whether we laugh or cry about it someday. Either way, let's just be here and be in it. So that was like me stepping into relationships in a new way and allowing myself to really open up. And then, of course, Not If You Stay is a song about like being scared about abandonment and all of that. And then Wide Open is like, I'm ready to love again. I'm ready to give this a swing. So that was all kind of, I thought of one word that really wrapped all three of those things together, and it was Pronoia.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Now you've done videos for all the songs except for Either Way.
Yes, that's correct.
Is there a video? Is there a video for Either Way coming out?
I know. It's so funny. I feel like I'm getting so much shit for that. Like, so many people have been like, I mean, more friends and people just try to mess with me because they know I'm all about creative content and like in the sense of connecting it to my music, because I'm an actor. That's like what I do, right? I love that stuff. And so I'm like, every single song I do, I'm always going to have a video to it. And of course, everyone is just kicking my ass about it. They're like, but you didn't do one Either Way. And I'm like, shut up. But yeah, I don't know why. I think I know why. I wasn't going to put Either Way out. And at the very last minute, I was like, put it in there. And so I just did one of those little canvas loop videos on Spotify, but I didn't do one for it. And that's okay.
It's all right.
Either way,
Either way, it's okay. But I'm gonna say, I think the true like standout hit is Wide Open.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's one of those songs I feel personally, I don't feel like we'll ever get the credit it deserves. Like that song is like straight from my soul, and it is outside of me being attached to the writing. I that song is just brilliant. I love that song, and I don't know, maybe it'll get synced in a movie or something, but like I want the world to hear that song. I mean, it's only got like 40,000 streams or something like that so far, but I'm like, people need to hear that song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's the one. That is the one.
Yay, I love that. Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
Now, how about we actually talked after our interview because you were coming to Nashville, and I said, "Oh, well, you should come," because I was promoting a show. I'm like, "You should come and play."
Yeah.
Have you got to play yet?
I haven't gotten to play yet. I'm hopefully doing something mid-February, and that'll be kind of like the first time. But then this whole Omicron thing hit. I'm like, yeah. It's I read this morning. I thought it was really funny. And this is no disrespect to people that are getting sick, because I just got sick and it's horrible and it's a catastrophic pandemic. I get it. But it said this morning, Omicron is like the ex that like promises for 3 times now that they're going to be better, and they just trying to keep coming back in. It's like, can I trust you? Like, are we going to do this again? But no, I think there's a lot of fatigue. The pandemic fatigue is like super real.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully when that clears or cases start to go down again, I can actually get out, maybe come to Nashville, do a showcase. Just go wherever the wind takes me.
That's got to be the part that's driving you crazy now. Because now you have all this music out there. People are hearing it. People are digging it. Hundreds of thousands of people, obviously.
Yeah.
And you haven't been up on stage to do it for them yet.
I also think I'm very fortunate, and I was thinking about this the other day, in the timing, again, speaking about Pronoia, I feel like the timing at which I've transitioned into music has been almost divine, because I feel like nobody can tour right now. Nobody can do live shows. And so it's giving me an opportunity to kind of like put my little toes in the pond and like, hey guys, I'm here. Like, it's giving me time to really connect with people that want to listen and build a fan base. Whereas, it's like you're not rushing. If you had to rush and go out and start hitting it, and
be thrown to the wolves. Yeah.
And so it's kind of cool that I've gotten a lot of breathing room to create space for myself this way. So
So what's going to be the plan now then for, I mean, I can't believe it's 2022, but what's going to be the plan for you now? I mean, you were saying you're already working on more music. You going to release more music or?
yeah, so I've got like 5 songs done. So we're going to be dropping those soon. Few as singles and then all going towards an LP. So the goal is to have an LP done by 2023.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's really cool, and you know we're just firing out stuff. I'm gonna do a couple I don't know, cover renditions, remixes, kind of vibes of a few old school songs.
I was going to say, well, can you can you tell us one? Because I know you're into the whole old school thing.
Well, Johnny Cash does a song called like Ain't No Grave Hold Me Down. Have you heard that?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do that. And that's gonna be like a really gritty kind of gospel-y vibe.
Nice.
And I'm doing that more for syncing purposes because my friend has a film project, and we're gonna probably put that song in there. It's got Yellowstone vibes to it, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's a few others. I think I've always loved the song by the Pointer Sisters, "Jump for Your Love,"
Yeah, of course.
and I want to do that in a really interesting way.
Now that'll be cool.
Yeah, and then remember the Bob Seger song, "Old Time Rock and Roll"?
Yeah.
I'm gonna redo that one too.
Okay. I'm very intrigued.
You know, these are just songs I appreciate. So,
But that's the cool thing is to take songs, especially like the Bob Seger song or Pointer Sisters, and doing them different. That's where you get to really shine.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be fun. This is going to be a very interesting year. Very interesting year. I have a feeling in 1 year from now, you and I will be like, what is going on? No, I'm excited. It's a fun place to be because anything can happen and there's no limitations, you know?
I said 2022 is going to be the year to blow things up. So come along on the ride with me because it's time.
Exactly.
Let's kick that door in.
It's going. And I also think, don't you agree that like we've all just kind of hit I don't know if you've ever heard the saying like fuck around and find out, you know? And it's
that's my life story.
Yeah. And it's like I think we're in the find out of the fuckery phase. Like everyone's just like, let's just we all started doing something, no matter what it was during COVID. It's like we were just on the energetic train of like, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna do this. And I think we're on the other side of that now of like,
yeah.
I don't even care what the outcome is. I'm already down the road. So I think everyone's getting that energy back of like, I don't care. I don't care anymore what anybody thinks. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what makes me happy and not really my problem anymore, you know?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So now how about acting wise or anything else? You have anything else you're working on, or is it just all
So
the music focused?
I actually just put myself on tape for a few producers on several different projects. So we'll see about that. You know, it's like, I love when you audition for something and then someone's like, did you get it? I'm like, I don't know. And if I did, I'll tell you, don't ask me. But anyway, it's such a weird industry. But I still have that film in post. I don't know when that's going to be coming out. But again, I'm really excited about that one. It's a amazing cast. And I'm like one of the only females in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of cool, but kind of not cool. And that's like Mickey Rourke, Peter Green, Vincent Young, Fred Rostar, a lot of cool people in that one.
Right.
So we're still kind of waiting on that. And I mean, I'm sure in the next 3 or 4 months, I'll book a job and that will be happening too. So, I mean, the crazy thing about film, it's totally different than music. I mean, you can do a one-hit wonder, I guess, and put it out and overnight. But film is really interesting because it's like you can work your ass off for 15 years or 10 years and just takes one job. And then you're just a series regular on a show that's on TV for 5 years. It's like, wait, what just happened? So
Yeah.
yeah, I think the goal between everything in the entertainment industry is just not quitting.
You just got to keep on doing and doing and keep going and going and moving forward. And I mean, you're doing it now.
Yeah,
And now
I
you're
mean, this
touching all spectrums.
I mean, I'm no Dolly Parton, you know. I'm not like the best singer in the world, but like, I really think the secret sauce is just like not quitting. And it's just the thing that separates you from everybody else. It's just like, how'd you make it? Well, I just didn't quit for 15 years. Didn't stop. You know, eventually something, I do believe everyone gets a shot at something. I really believe that. It's just, you know, you got to wait for your time. And when it comes, you got to be ready.
Well, 2022 is your time. You just said it.
Yes, it is.
And you're ready.
Thank you.
So, anytime soon is this new music coming out, or?
Yes, I've got a single. I've got a last country single coming out on January 21st.
Okay.
Okay, in a couple weeks. And I personally think this is like, if this doesn't, you know, create some waves in country music, I don't know what will, because it's a good song.
As I saw, you put up somewhere, this is a banger.
It's a banger. It's if you like country music and you like an up party song and you like kind of like sticking the knife a little bit and an X, you're gonna love this song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun, and the video to it is, I'm really proud of it. It's good.
Now, you said the last country song. Does that mean you're going to change genres possibly, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to bounce all over the place. I'm just going to keep like creating and doing stuff. I mean, Mama Said is country-ish, you know. I think I'm always going to have that influence of country music just because my voice is, I grew up in Texas and like can't take the country out of the girl, you know. It's just
right.
So country influence, you know, but I definitely want to go more kind of Southern rock versus country, you know. But then, you know, I'm doing a song that has like jazz instruments in it and more of a jazz arrangement. And I'm just gonna, you know me, you don't know me that well yet, but you will learn. The minute someone tries to put me in a genre, I'm gonna do something else. Just like, I'm gonna bounce all over the place.
But you know, that's the beautiful thing of the music business today. I mean, let's face it, the music business is it's kind of screwed up right now, as we all know, and it's a mess. But the one beautiful thing I can say about it is that for the independent artists like yourself, you can do what the hell you want. Yes. You don't have to be tied to that one genre.
No. And you also really don't need, I mean, mad respect to labels because they are great. And when you need one, it's great. So I'm not dogging them, but you also don't need a label. You know, you can put music out on your own. You can distribute your own music. You can play your own shows. You know, I mean, I can literally right now in Soho go rent out a vacant, you know, there's vacancies everywhere because the economy and everything that's happening just with COVID. I could go rent out a warehouse in Soho and have a whole setup done, put it on social media, have a few people repost, and have my own concert. You know, I mean, it's just anything is possible now. You can do live feeds where, you know, you're playing instruments with people all over the world and singing all over the world. So there's really no reason to, there's just a lot of limiting beliefs I think we have. And there's really not necessary. I mean, we can do anything now.
Absolutely.
For sure.
That's the beautiful thing. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Nice. So, all right. So, the banger's coming up January 21st. And there's going to be a party for that.
Yeah, we're going to have fun. And I'm going to do the song is about, do you want to know what the song's about?
Yeah, come on, tell me. You had me at sticking a knife in the X, so come
on. Okay. So I haven't told anyone this yet. It's kind of fun. Okay, so I was in a writing session and with a guy named Marty, who's a really actually super famous songwriter in Nashville. And through a friend, I got connected to him. He's like the OG. Like he's been writing hits for 20, 30 years.
Okay.
So we were in this writing session and we were kind of stuck. You know, it was like one of the first songs I had ever written. I wrote You're the Reason when I wrote the Pronoia EP. So same kind of set of times of songs. We were stuck and I was like, damn. Well, my ex from like 3 years prior, he must have been sipping on the sauce. And I get a text and it says, "You're the reason I drink, period." And I was like, oh shit. Okay.
All right.
And I was like, and of course, me in my mind, you know, instead of being insulted, I was like, I have material. So I looked at Marty and I was like, what if we write an ass backwards song about "You're the reason I drink," not because I'm so sad and lonely, but because I'm so happy that I'm not with you anymore. And we ended up writing "You're the Reason I Drink," and that comes out on January 21st. And it's a great song.
Well, to my ex.
And I actually think I'm going to try to I'm new to TikTok and stuff, but I think it could catch with people kind of toasting their ex and being like, bye.
I like that. I see. Now that's a good marketing. I like that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's fun. And I'll just talk a couple of the lyrics just because they're fun. The chorus is, I pour one when you call me with all your regret and you're lonely. I raise a glass to coulda beens and all your if onlys. You made me strong as this whiskey. That's worth a shot, I think. Here's to you, cheers to you. You're the reason I drink.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a fun.
I love it. That's a t-shirt. That's gonna be a t. You're the reason I drink. That's gonna be a t-shirt.
It is.
Oh my God, that's the saying of 2022.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So. And the pre-save link is in I just put it up in my on my page on Instagram, and the link is right in my profile if anybody wants to go pre-save it so it goes right in.
There you go.
Yeah.
Inspiration can come from strange places.
I love that.
That's Bama picking and grinning.
That's right. It's the truth. I mean, well, that's art, right? Like we think about, you know, you can ask this like amazing, you know, some famous artist and they're like, what inspired it? And they're like, I was literally sitting on the side of the street and I looked up and an airplane went by. It's like the most random shit, you know? So yeah.
All it took was a random text message.
Yeah.
That's great. Does he know the song that he inspired the song?
So I send it to him. We're cool now. We're cool. I mean, it was like I was with him for 10 years and we're like, we've healed, you know, he's still an ex, but we've healed. And I sent it to him and I was like, hey, I just want to let you know this song is coming out. And like, it's definitely like everyone's definitely going to know it's about us. So here's to you. Cheers to you. Thanks for the content.
Oh, that's great. That's so great.
Yeah.
Oh man. Can't wait. Cool. Well, Kelly, this has been great catching up again.
Yes, I always love chatting with you.
Absolutely. We'll have to do it again in another few months.
Would love it.
Keep tabs on you.
Yeah.
See where you're going from here. And yeah, I'm gonna go have a drink.
Do it.
And you know,
here's to you. Cheers to you.
There you go. Where should we send everybody to you know, get the music, find out more about you?
Yeah, I would say the song comes out January 21st, but I already have my other stuff out there on Spotify, Apple Music. And if you go, I would say Instagram is probably the main platform to kind of find all my stuff. There's a link, a pre-save link in my bio, and that will take you to Apple Music or Spotify to pre-save the song. And then from there, you can just go to Kelly Monroe on Spotify and or Apple Music and save my music.
There you go. And check out the video. She's putting a freaking tremendous effort and amazing videos out too.
Thank you.
Check them out.
I keep forgetting about the video's such a cool story too.
Yeah. YouTube. Go to YouTube. Check them out. Just type in her name and my personal favorite, Wide Open. Check it out. It's a hit that everybody needs to hear.
Thank you.
There you go. Cheers to you, Kelly. Take care. Enjoy the snow and enjoy the banger coming up on the 21st.
You too. Thank you so much.
I'll talk to you soon. Yep.
Bye.
Bye.